still there. Let's go have a look. Missing a wheel. Oh, someone took a wheel off. You dirtbag. Someone's missing a wheel. I got a glow plug, got a battery. Need a Humvee wheel. Cool again, team. So we've been down to see the Humvee, and we have thoughtfully filled it up with gasoline. I'm fairly sure it had all the tires on it at one stage. There's a tire missing. I think someone's taken it away. We have a glow plug. We need battery, and we need a Humvee wheel. So that's the situation. So what we're going to do is we're going to carry on doing what we were doing. And I've had a little think about this, and I've had a little look around, and I've consulted my notes. Pardon me. And what we're going to do is we're going to skirt the edge of the map up as far as our base, and we're going to see if some foolish people have decided that down here on the west side near the edge of the map is a good place to put a base or stash some stuff or leave a car or whatever, and hopefully see if anything like that eventuates. If it doesn't, we'll go up to our base and do a little bit of a stock take, a little bit of a restock, a little bit of a rethink about what exactly we're doing. And what I think we might do is we might head all the way back up to sort of Tizzy military base area on this side of the map, seeing if we can find any new bases or anything, or confirm any bases. And depending on what we find or what we do not find depends on our next plan of action. And if we don't find anything, we'll do some river dredging on the way back to our base, and we'll take it from there. And that's probably going to take quite a bit of time in the real world. Probably not a lot of time for what you're going to see, but certainly an awful lot of time for what I am going to do. Yeah, so that's that. So we'll carry on, and you know, if I find anything magical or tragical, I'll bring you in and let you know. Ta-ta for now. Kia ora, team. Well, something tragical has happened. These doors are locked, and my codes don't work. So, and obviously this is missing. So someone has definitely been up here, and someone has definitely been messing around, and I think someone has broken into my base and then thoughtfully rebuilt it. So that's a bit tragical. I don't really have a lot of base cracking gear. I got some ammunition. I got some ammunition for the AUR-AX. So there's a base here to crack. It's mine. I don't know how much damage I can do. What does this look like? This is all green. That's all green. I don't have a lot in the way of tools. So I guess we see what we can do, right? Guess. Well, given that I've not really got enough tools to break into my base outright, break into my base, squatters, eh? Given that I've got enough tools to break into the base outright, I'm heading over to Zavir, and I'm going to see what I can get in Zavir. And if I can't get enough stuff in Zavir, vis-a-vis sledgehammers and possibly ammunition, I will have to head over towards Zelenogorsk, and I'll have to do around Zelenogorsk to get the gear to come back and tackle my own base. So yeah, I mean, that was the plan. Base cracking was the plan. Wasn't really expecting it to be my own base, but you know, c'est la vie. And then what's left behind will be the question. I had night vision goggles in there. I'm assuming they'll be gone because they're quite valuable. The S-Val maybe gone, don't know. I mean, such is the game, right? I mean, that's pretty much, you get gear, you lose gear. I seem to lose a lot of gear. So anyway, we'll carry on. We'll try to crack that base. It lends notion to the idea of, is base building even worth it in DayZ, given that people will ultimately eventually always crack your base one way or another. So yeah, don't know. Anyway, we're approaching the outskirts of Zavir, so what I'll do is I will plod on. I will try to get myself the appropriate supplies, and we'll get into trying to crack it. I've obviously done some damage to the base. My only concern is I cannot stay on for a dedicated length of time right now. I'm also marginally concerned I don't really have any food. I've got one pork steak. I haven't heard any deer. I haven't had the opportunity to shoot anything, which is why I haven't expended all my ammunition. I still do have some ammunition. Rifle slugs isn't going to help. Yeah, so look, that's the game, and we'll take it from there, and we'll see how we go. Posable thumbs, eh? Looks like there's a base still there. Yeah, base. Well, didn't know there was a farmhouse over there. Oh yeah, I remember that place. There's the beer. Oh well. I gotta get over there eventually, but not today. Kia ora, team. I'll just drop in this edit while you watch me sneaking around Zelenogorsk military area and train yards. So yeah, so I obviously made the cross country. I had a look at that other base that you briefly saw from the top of the aerial. It's actually been cracked. There's nothing in it. It's empty. Big surprise. I mean, if you build a base right next to Zelenogorsk, what did you think was going to happen? Anyway, not my problem and nothing there. And I have to say that that's really it for Zelenogorsk as well. I mean, I picked up a few little bits and pieces, a little bit of ammunition. I picked up a bison, as you just saw. Pardon me, which I really quite like the bisons. And yeah, odds and sods. I think one grenade somewhere along the line. Nothing brilliant, nothing absolutely fantastic, and I guess that's more or less the status of what has been. And you know, I'll cut to the chase. I wander around a few other little places on my way back to my base, but ultimately I don't really get a lot. So what does that mean for cracking the base? Well, I guess we'll skip right ahead to that and take it from there. Go again. We'll leave you to watch the clip of me breaking in, or attempting to break into my own base, I should say. Obviously, I was limited with the tools I had at hand, which turned out to be some sharpening stones and a couple of splitting axes, and some ammunition, and we'll see how far I do or don't get with that before. Unfortunately, as well, with issues in the real world, I had to log off with not getting completely in. That'll not be a surprise to you. So yeah, look, I have to say as well, the thing with the sledgehammer versus splitting axe question, I tend to favor, and I think I'm inclined towards favoring the splitting axe with multiple sharpening stones, and I'll tell you why. You can't fix a damaged sledgehammer. You just can't. However, if you have a splitting axe, a tree felling axe, or like a fire axe or something like that, and you have multiple sharpening stones, you can always just keep resharpening the axe ad nauseum, ad infinitum, depending on the amount of stones you have. And one axe, weighs, what does an axe weigh? 12, 14. Same as a sledgehammer, ultimately. But if you carry 10 sharpening stones and a sharpening stone only weighs 2, that's 20. And you can use a sharpening stone on an axe, I think 3 times, so you can get 3 full uses out of it. So you could just keep swinging away and swinging away. Yeah, I know they do less damage, but I think if you're going to do it, I think my preference for this kind of stuff is you're not really probably going to get into a situation where you're going to need to build a watchtower to get into bases nowadays. It seems an awful lot like people are building inside houses more than anything. I mean, I've seen a few bases outside, and we got into one, but I see more in buildings and other places. So I'd say get yourself a splitting axe and a bunch of sharpening stones and just go merry hell, right? I mean, it's noisy. I get it. You gotta be lucky, be unlucky, whatever the situation is. But anyway, there you go. So yeah, unfortunately, after this escapade, I didn't get in, and I had to log off, and then I had to log back in again, and we'll see where we are after we come back in. Okay, Cura team. So here's the situation. I've had to log off, and I've logged back in after 24 hours. The base is still here. It's still got some damage on it. It's still the way it is. I don't think I do have a lockpick, but I don't know what state it is in. On that one. It's in that one. Damaged. I think what I'm going to do is I am going to lock these doors. Just to stop incidental snoopers, right? So I have locked those doors. The plan was that I was going to go up the west coast woods and see about bases and things, and if there were any bases, see what was in them, and or stashes, and if there weren't any, that I was going to do a spot of river dredging. Now the thing is, I don't really want to do that anymore, and the reason I don't want to do that anymore is because there's an awful lot of wolves up the west coast. Not west coast, up the western edge of the map. Forests. So what I'm proposing instead is that we do a spot of river dredging first, and that will take us probably as far as Sinistock or Sinistock thereabouts. And there's perhaps a couple of places on the way we can stop into to pick up some supplies and things, if we don't find anything in the river dredge. And then if we do have some ammunition and a little bit more security in terms of being caught out in the wild and tackling wolves, who are my least favourite thing on DayZ, then that's what we will tackle. My only other sort of significant concern at this stage is is food, about which I have nothing. I don't have anything in there, and I don't have anything in my protective case, so I don't have food, and I don't have any ammunition left. I have battery damage that I picked up along the way, and I don't have rope, and I don't have a a stick, and I don't have a hook. So that's a bit of a concern. So yeah, so we'll have to think about that one, because yeah, hopefully we'll pick up some ammo on the way, and we'll sort out being able to shoot something. So we're going to start here. I'm going to actually start. This is probably not deep enough actually, because I can actually see what's in here, but I'm going to just follow this creek that runs up past our place, and then I'll probably come back down again and start on the river, heading upwards from here. I should be able to see anything that's in the water. It's not very deep. If anybody's stashed anything along here or up here, that'll be it. So I'm going to carry on doing that, and if anything magical or tragical happens, I'll call you in and let you know. I'm going to get cold really quick. That much is plainly evident. Good job I've got some multivits. I should maybe crack those out, right? Okay, welcome back. You can see from my health bars that I have sorted myself out a little bit. I I was over there. There's some farm buildings over there. I went out and had a look at them to see if there was anything mildly fascinating in them. There isn't. So yeah, so I got warmed up, I got fed up, I got watered up, and my health is back up, and my blood is back up. I'm trying to see if I can do this in the dark, which is not easy. So, but I want to soldier on because I want to get as far as I can, so that I've got the most amount of time to make my way down through the woods, to the base. So I'm just trying to find the water course again, that I came up. Is this it? Is this it? This is the water course I came up. So I'm vaguely hoping that I can somehow follow it. I think it runs up here. My gosh, but this is actually quite hard for me. Right, okay team. Well, we're here at the après ski, up at the top of the ski field lifts, and we have taken time to dry all our gear out. As you can see, we're no longer displaying wet. We have taken our time to check our inventory and sort a few things out, have a little bit of food, have a little bit of drink. I think I have just a little bit of water left, which hopefully will do me for a little while, because I think it's going to be a little while till I get to anywhere that has any water. And we're just checking out the top of the ski lifts here for anything sledgehammer related. And then we'll be making our way back down towards our base. I think I've probably got enough ammunition to break in one way or the other. It's probably going to be a bit messy and not very quiet, but there you go. So yeah, so that's the situation. So I'll just I'll leave you on, and we'll see how we go. And here we are again, back in Severe. Well, Severe's back that way. We're trudging our way back to our base. I picked up another damaged sledgehammer, but I've got two sledgehammers, and I've got plenty of ammunition. There is absolutely no reason, presumably, if this base hasn't been repaired, that that I shouldn't be able to break into my base and have a look at what is left behind. I'm sincerely hoping after all this isn't some kind of strange server glitch and my codes have accidentally been changed as a result of some kind of server error. That would be annoying. That would be very, very annoying. Anyway, that's the situation as it stands. So yeah, so that's it. Nothing magical or tragical has happened. I didn't find anything. I mean, nothing. I didn't find anything in the rivers. I didn't find any bases. I found evidence that people are driving cars up into the wilderness for purpose or purposes unknown. I mean, I'm assuming that they're burying stuff up there. I don't have anything to bury or to dig up a buried stash with, I should say. But why would you be driving all that way and ditching a car and pulling everything out of it, unless you were burying something up there for some purpose? I don't know. Anyway, that's something to think about. But yeah, I mean, I haven't found a single. did I just miss that building? I'm sure it wasn't there a second ago. I haven't found anything anything worthwhile on the base front at all. Or, you know, no tents, no cars full of gear, no shelters, nothing. Anyway, there you go. What can you do? Yeah, all my ammo is gone. All my guns, all my ammo. It's definitely been raided. Bunch of other stuff has been left behind. Matches, cheese, fishing hook, metal fishing hook, that's handy. Sharpening stones, handy. Charcoal's handy. I like my machete. Kia ora, team. So here we are, on the outskirts of our little base. Our base is no more. There is nothing in it. Everything has been taken that was of value, which, to be fair, was mostly stuff that I acquired from someone leaving a car behind. So, you know, what comes around goes around. But obviously we can't use that base anymore for anything. And yeah, I don't know. It's been interesting. Is base building worthwhile? Do you just make stashes outside? You know, I don't know. It seems odd, doesn't it? I mean, buildings seem to attract attention. That one actually is. I've seen a few streamers actually after I built my base there. I've seen a few streamers say, "Oh, here's where people build bases." So that's not totally a surprise then if it's one of those obvious base building places. I've been up in some of the other remoter areas of the western side where there's houses and there's no bases, no evidence of bases, but they are pretty far removed. You need a car to get up there really regularly if you're going to do that. So yeah, but do we just make stashes outside? A lot of people seem to favor that, you know, and not worry about it and just make some kind of a stash or just build a box and drop it somewhere, do all this kind of bits and pieces. So so that is also something else to consider. So yeah, lots to consider, lots to think about, including what to do next. What do we do next? we've tried some base raiding. We didn't really find a lot of bases. We also tried some river dredging. We didn't really find anything. We tried skirting along the edge of the western side of the map. Didn't really find anything. We know where there's a Humvee. Still haven't found a wheel, but we do have a glow plug, which is good. Still got it. Still in a protective case. Still okay. So potentially, you know, there's the Humvee, or what do? We do something completely different. Just strike off in a random direction and just see where it takes us. That might also be something. Just let the winds of fate push us along, and see where we pop out. That there's a certain something to be said for that. These are all things and questions to be decided at another time. For this episode, it's been very long. If you persevered this long, well done you. I have barely persevered this long, but if you have persevered this long, then that's just fabulous. And yeah, please drop me a like, subscribe if you want to see more random comment and content, and that is ta-ta for now.
PlayStation